What's going on? It's your boy Chris here, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm gonna be telling you guys, don't be afraid to rock dolo in this world. I'm telling you, there are too many people in this world whose energy just isn't right. You be walking around, going out with your friends, and they be telling you to go do drugs. They be telling you to go hang out on the weekends. They be telling you to do all these things, talking about shoes, all of this stuff that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Most of these things that all regular people are doing nowadays, you know how the world is going down. You see the things happening on a regular basis. You got to be willing and able to walk alone. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and move by yourself. The more free time you have to yourself, the more you're allowed to think. When you're around other people too long, you start adopting their thoughts, their actions. You stop becoming yourself and you just become one of the people in the group. Even if you're the leader of the group, you just got a bunch of people around you who are just gonna say yes to everything that you say. You never really gonna get a chance to question yourself. But when you alone, you have that free time, and the only person stopping you from doing what you gotta do is you. You don't got anybody else to worry about. I'm telling you. And most people out these days are not here to help you. They're against you. Everybody who you think are your friends now, once you make it up there, they're going to be plotting your downfall and waiting for you. There's too many negative people in this world, I'm telling you. You got to stick true to yourself. Listen, because I'm going to tell you some story from my life. Back growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I had this one close friend that I had from most of school, going back from pre-K all the way down to like 8th grade. I had one friend that I really talked to on a regular basis, but this friend would always screw me over because I was never a kid to conform. I always was the type of kid who went against the norm, you know what I mean? If everybody was doing one thing, I would do the other thing. If somebody was doing something that wasn't right, I wouldn't conform to what they had to say. If you were the cool kid and you would try to get, I was the one kid in the group who just rebelled. If you were the cool kid and you try to tell everybody to go do this one thing, I'd be against you. So I had a lot of people either turn their back on me or just flat out ignore me because they realize, yeah, we can't change this kid. This kid ain't gonna be part of the group. And let me tell you, if you ever had that experience in your life or you're going through that right now, you gotta realize something. You were never meant to be part of the group. You were meant to be different. You were meant to be better than the group. You were meant to be ahead of that group. You were meant to make a change in the life of your community, in the life of your family. You were even meant to make a change throughout the world. You were meant for so much more than all of this around you. Don't be sad. Don't be scared. Don't be questioning what's gonna happen if you go against the grain. What is your family gonna think? What are your closest friends and cousins gonna think? Who cares? You were meant for something much more than that. I'm telling you. Much, 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 much more. And it doesn't matter how long it takes for you to get to where you need to get to. You gotta realize that your blessings are your own, and if you rock with certain people in your life right now, they will block your blessings. They will block your blessings. They will block your opportunities. They will be creating road paths and everything to make sure that you can't get to where you need to get to. This is how life works. This is how life works. And the sooner you accept that you were meant to be alone and walk this path on your own to find yourself and do greater things, the quicker the blessings will come to you. But it works in the opposite too. The more you try to fight being alone, and this is from my own personal experience, I'm telling you, because I've went through days where I've been trying to get in contact with old friends, trying to appeal to people who didn't want anything to do with me in the first place. The more that time that you spend trying to appeal to those people who didn't care for you in the first place, or who you thought cared for you but were actually using you in the first place, the less likely and the further away you getting from your blessings. I'm telling you, man, you gotta realize that you are different. You were chosen. If you watching this video, you're watching it for a reason. You gotta realize that you have experiences in your own life. You should be making your own videos. You should be going out and making your own content. You gotta stop making excuses and get out into the world. You got so much time on your hands. And what are you doing with it? If you inside doing nothing all day long, if you ain't trying to get from point A to point B, you're wasting your talents, bro. It's one thing to be hanging out with the wrong people, blocking your blessings. But if you're already alone and you're blocking your own blessings, that's a double negative. That's a double negative. I don't even know how you do that. How are you already alone and block your own blessings at the same time? And the only reason I can talk about this because, again, I've been through it myself. I've been through it back and forth, on my blessing, off my blessing, on my blessing, off my blessing for years now. And what I've learned and what I'm trying to save y'all guys from going through the same headache that I do, it's just better when you stay on your blessing. Stop looking back. Do not get discouraged. Your blessing may not come overnight, but it's the process you got to fall in love with. It's the process of going after what you want, connecting with yourself, being a better person, being happy. The process and the everyday task and struggle you got to go to. You got to fall in love with that and do it every day. The second that you stop and you take a break for even for a second, 1 second turns into a minute. 1 minute turns into an hour turns into a day turns into a week turns into a month. And when you spend that much time away from your blessing, you got to start all over again. It's like you're starting from scratch again. And when you try to start from scratch again, it's the worst feeling in the world. You feel so defeated when you know you were on your game, you were doing everything you had to do, you were going for your blessings, you were rocking dolo, and then you start seeing that you get no progress. When you start seeing for that first month or two that you get little to no progress, you get discouraged, and then you realize, or you think, oh nah, I must have been capping. This blessing really ain't for me. I ain't really going anywhere with this. Let me go back to doing what I used to do before. It will destroy you. Your blessings don't come overnight. It's called the exponential rule. The law of manifestation, there are actual number rules to it. There's a mathematical formula for the law of manifestation. There's a mathematical formula for it. And to break it down to you, it's exponential, which means you could go from having a day, a week, a month, 3 months of seeing absolutely no growth. And then by the time you hit the 4th month to the 6th month, you're going to see all your blessings catch up to you overnight. You can go from nothing to something overnight, but it takes time at first. It's not linear. It's not that you put in 3 days worth of work or 30 days worth of work and then you're going to see 30 days worth of returns. No, it's 6 months worth of work and then you're going to finally figure out you're going to get freaking 2 years worth of return. 6 months of nothing for 2 years worth of return. That's how it works. It's exponential, not linear. So don't block your blessings and don't be afraid to go dolo in your life. These are the time to focus on yourself and grow yourself. This has been Chris Azir, 100 Agency. Catch you guys next time.